My name is Dr. Scott Wright, Professor of Medicine at the Mayo Clinic, and I do research with clinical trials to bring new therapies for the management of diabetics with cardiovascular disease. In today's poster, I will be covering understanding the relationship between type 2 diabetes, acute coronary syndromes, and cardiovascular outcomes. I will highlight four areas: the prevalence and incidence of diabetes mellitus, the impact of type 2 diabetes on the development of cardiovascular disease, the risk of acute coronary syndromes in the patient with type 2 diabetes mellitus, and additional metabolic targets in the patient with type 2 diabetes mellitus. Diabetes and cardiovascular risk. What is the scope of the problem? Well, the prevalence and incidence of type 2 diabetes mellitus is increasing at nearly epidemic rates in the United States. The worldwide burden of cardiovascular disease and diabetes are increasing in parallel. A significant number of cases of type 2 diabetes mellitus are diagnosed at the time of a healthcare encounter, frankly, much to the surprise of most of the clinicians who feel they diagnose it quite well prior to that encounter. Let's look at this map of the United States taken in 2008. It highlights in various color schemes the prevalence of type 2 diabetes. The more red or orange the color, the higher the prevalence of type 2 diabetes. You can see in the Rocky Mountain and Pacific Northwest states, those states highlighted in green, the prevalence of type 2 diabetes is quite low, reflecting really healthy populations and populations that are physically quite active. If you look